Oh, I forgot. I'm so dumb. I remember I had made some intro music or something. Let me see if I can find it. Oh my god. Playlist. Yeah, it should be here. Anyway, I don't even think I don't even think anybody's on here, so it's good. Where did I put that music? Skibbity. No. Beats to teach to tea time with Mr. No, that's the podcast. That's the full podcast. Vlog just for chatting. I don't know what I'm doing right now. What in the heck? Maybe it's this copy free music something. Was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. Okay. Hey. Probably heck loud. I don't even know what's good. Anyway, welcome to Tea Time with Mr. Farr. It's a weekly podcast that I actually should be doing every week. That is my goal in this next week, is to actually do this podcast at least once a week. I could probably do it more, but today we just chat, and I'm just glad to be home. I literally, what's up in the chat, but I am just glad to be home right now, for real. I have been on the road, like literally out of the last 11 days of actual school days. I have only been in my classroom literally 2 days. And that's it. So it has been cray. Someone asked about how was 6th grade camp. I'm going to talk about that right now. First, I want to say I had a meeting, and the meeting was really a good meeting. So that was like a Friday. So I had a meeting. It was with the district people and stuff. It was really cool. You know what I'm saying? And it's about our vertical articulation, about how to make 8th graders successful as possible once they become 9th graders, right? So it was a really good meeting, healthy meeting, reason to be there. So I was good with that. Then that weekend was a crazy weekend, and then it was crazy because I preached the message at church, and then by Sunday afternoon or by Sunday evening I was in Santa Cruz, so I jetted out there, had a 3-day training for leadership, which was absolutely amazing. And let me in case you haven't been to a conference or to a training, or you've been to conferences and training and you're like, yo, you always go and you get all this training, you get all this stuff, and you're like, yeah, rah. But then, like, after a while, you like lose steam. And I'll tell you like this: make an actionable list. Make an actionable list and just start taking action. So I have a list. So when I get back to school, I'm going to start working on some more things of it. But I already started working on some things. So one thing was, me and the other teacher who did the training, I'm like, yo, we got to have a meeting. Boom, we went to the meeting. I was like, yo, we've got to make some decisions as far as like, when are we going to do this? Are we going to do the training this way? Are we going to do the training that way? We're going to meet with the leaders that way, or the way they said, or the way we've been doing in our school. So there's been some differences. So we made all those decisions. We scheduled all these things out. Again, actionable list of things. I wanted to have a discussion with my principal about some things. Again, actionable list of things. So that's what I would tell you. If you go to a training, if you go to any of that kind of stuff, you can't do everything. So just make an actionable list and then just start taking action as soon as you can. So if you, like I said, if you go to a training, hopefully that's a tip. Even for the young folks who are in the chat, I'm like, yo, if you go to like a clinic and they're showing you all these drills and all this stuff, make an actionable list of the stuff you can bring home with you so that you can continue to improve. That's what I got. So I got to get to my list. Now, one thing is, I'm not exactly sure where my list is at, so I'm going to find it by tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's keep it pushing. Then, so I came back from the training. I was in class for 2 days. I tried to tighten up some things. Honestly, I felt like I didn't teach and go over things as well as I should. So I was easy with the grading. Taking that into account to feel like, okay, I'm gonna have to circle back with the students after I come back. So then, boom, 2 days. Thursday, Friday, yo, I'm out. And then the next week, it was sixth grade camp. By the way, I teach eighth grade. So I teach eighth grade science, and it was sixth grade camp. And let me tell you what, it was really awesome. It was really amazing. Last year when I went, it was like snow, but this year was not snow. The weather was actually pretty doggone good. When we did the actual like astronomy part of the camp, we actually got to, like, my class was like the last class doing it, so we got the darkest part of the night, which was awesome because then we were able to really actually see the constellations. And then the naturalists, they had this laser, they had this laser that was like beaming. It was like boom, it looked like the laser could touch the sky, you know what I mean? It was wild. By the way, thank you for the people in the chat who are supporting the grind. For the people who are looking at this later on YouTube, yo, follow me at TikTok, Mr. Farr 209 on YouTube, Mr. Farr 209 on TikTok. Hey, if you on TikTok right now and you like, hey, I didn't know you had a YouTube channel, go follow the YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Support that. Okay. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you're like, what do you mean? Who are you talking to in the chat? Hey, I broadcast this live on TikTok. You know, by the way, if you want to follow me on Instagram, like, all the stuff is right there. Okay, you can follow me wherever. Okay, holla at your boy. By the way, thanks for the follow. Somebody followed in the chat. Appreciate that, fam. Okay, anyhow, but yeah, sixth grade camp was awesome. And it's kind of weird because the thing that's a little bit weird about sixth grade camp all the time is that when I go to sixth grade camp, I'm an eighth grade teacher, so I don't know hardly any of these students because they're on a different lunch. And then someone and like, not only are they on a different lunch, but they on a different like everything. They on a whole different thing than me, so I don't see these students like all the time. So it's kind of a weird thing. Like, I'm getting to know them like as we're like at the camp. And I'll tell you like this, sixth grade camp is wild from this standpoint. If you haven't been, I really say as a teacher, you should go. It's really fun. You get outdoors, and not only that, but you actually get to spend some time. Like, I posted a TikTok, you get to spend some time with other teachers. And someone was like, oh, is this like a retreat for you guys or a getaway team building? I'm like, no. But to be honest, it really is like kind of like not a retreat, but a time for team building, because you got to eat with all the teachers. You got to hang out with all the teachers. You got to teach with the other teachers. So, and that's not some stuff that you normally get inside the classroom. Usually it's just you teaching and then you're doing your thing in your classroom, and that's what it is. But here you get to interact with teachers. I even got to get to know, like, I didn't even know there's two nurses that run like our campuses, but I didn't even know one of them, and I got to get to know one of them. So it was really cool. And then I got to catch up with some people from a school I used to sub at, and so a lot, like, before I became like a full like classroom teacher, I got to catch up with some of those. And the wild part is some of these students were students I subbed for when they were like kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, or not third grade, but like first grade, like in that era. So it's kind of a wild connection. So it was really awesome. And I got to see somebody, shout out to Mr. Borba, you know what I mean? Someone who really believed in me as a teacher. Like, he interviewed me to hire me, but was like, nah, you ain't got enough experience, but you're going to be a good teacher. And so he gave me opportunities. Alan, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. But he gave me opportunities to actually sub. And then, somebody gave me roses. Appreciate that, fam. But he gave me opportunities. You giving me roses as I'm giving out roses to Mr. Borba. You know what I mean? But he gave me opportunities, and spoke life into me. And so I appreciate that. Gave me opportunities to coach, gave me opportunities to sub. So I really appreciate that so much. And that's what people need. They need people to speak life to them, and they need people to just believe in them that they can do. And a lot of times you can go so much further when people speak life to you. So I try to do that as a teacher. I mean, you know what I mean? I do my best. You know what I'm saying? I do my best to speak life to my students. I always try to do that, to speak life. And I'm also one of those people who's like, yo, watch what you say about yourself. I mean, other people gonna down you. Trust me, this world gonna be hard. Other people can talk messy, but I'm like, be careful about what you say about yourself. Speak life. Speak life over yourself. All right. Anyway, that's that, and I think that's all I'm gonna talk about for today. You know what I'm saying? Let me look in the chat real quick and see what's up. They're up in here with the skibbity, the risen, all that, the ridiculousness. By the way, I don't even understand this skibbity thing. I tried to look at it, but I was like, boy, this is completely ridiculous. But maybe that's because I'm old and they're young, and maybe that's what's up. Camp was really awesome. And the students, their behavior was cool, you know what I mean? Minor things, but yeah, it's whatever. But really, like, camp was awesome. The students did well. I think some of the camp, the actual high school counselors learned quite a bit of things too, because you know, taking care of and helping and monitor over you know, sixth graders can be a lot, and you know, it helps to get them to see things a little bit different than what they had before. So let's just see what we got. Blah blah blah. Looking through the chat. See if they got any questions in here, or else I am outro. But camp was awesome. I like going. I'm gonna be super honest. By Tuesday, I was exhausted and my feet hurt. It was wild, but it was really a good time. I'm not saying that. Y'all going wild. I'm not saying that. Let's see what's up. By the way, so Lizette, hey, we already at the end. How was camp? Camp was awesome. I guess you're going to have to watch this on YouTube later when I post it. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, you're going to have to watch it on YouTube. And if you haven't followed my YouTube channel, you could go do that. You could also follow me on Instagram. Appreciate that. But anyway, I'll post this later this week on YouTube in its entirety. Black Panther. Someone shouted out my camp name. That's my camp name. So I just appreciated everything. Have you read our sub notes? Nah, I have not read the sub notes yet. I went into sixth period. Someone asked. I went into sixth period and I just said hi. I love y'all. I miss y'all. What's up? Blah blah blah. And then I was like, deuces. And then today, I caught up on emails, well, close to catching up on emails, and then I went through and graded everything one more time just to get things like up to date. Well, hopefully everyone did well, and hopefully it wasn't so crazy. But oh well, it is what it is. It's kind of a thing. That's why I don't like to be out of the classroom that long, because it's kind of a long time to be out of the class with a movie and then also with some of the work. So it is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Whatever happened. And we'll hold people accountable for what it is, and then we're moving on. Plus, it's the end of the school year. We only got literally, like, let's see. Let me look at this little calendar. We got 1, 2, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 weeks left. We out of here in 6 weeks. It's nothing. We got 6 weeks left. So we'll be all right. Like, whatever happened, it is. Hold people accountable. Move forward when it's time to move forward. By the way, Caden, thank you for the roses, fam. Appreciate that. All right, y'all. I am up out of here. I am tired, but I really just wanted to try and be consistent. I'm going to keep it 100. I really just was like, okay, I don't even care what I talk about. I just want to be consistent. I need to get my reps up because I want to start this thing and I want this thing to be consistent, but it just has not been, mainly because of me being like, oh, I need to plan. Oh, I need to do this. Nah, forget that. We're going to plan a little bit, but we're just going to go. We're going to do, and then we're going to learn as we're going. And that's going to be a much better way to go. Anyway, holla at your boy. Mr. Farr is getting up out of here, and I will see you guys later on another episode of Tea Time with Mr. Farr.